for healthy skin.
Saturday.
It's Dakota Bowl 8, the 2000 North Dakota State Football Championships. The Class A championship game features the Langdon Cardinals taking on the Velva Sawyer Aggies. Today's game is brought to you in part by the North Dakota Army National Guard. Today's Guard is committed to higher education and backs that commitment with over $60,000 for college education. Are you qualified to earn a share of that money by working 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks a year? To find out, call 1-888-ND-GUARD. Now let's go to the Fargo Dome for today's state championship game.
You know, they both started 0-1, but are on 11-game win streaks. It should be a fun one, as you said.
Matt Hagan to kick this one off for the Velva Sawyer Aggies. Deep back for the Langdon Cardinals. Number 10, that's Josh Dinius on the near side, and on the far side, number 28, Jeremy Pritchard. They're standing back around their own, I believe that's 28. I can't get that far side number, but we'll get it if he gets the kickoff. And we're underway. The state 9-man championship, kick controlled by the Cardinals, and number 52 for Langdon has to fall on it. That's Andrew Lumen, falls on it at about the 38-yard line, where the Cardinals will take over first down and 10 from their own 38.
Well, the excitement is in the air, and, you know, he just kind of fell on the ball, and Cody Chilson on special teams comes flying in, you know. These guys are pumped to play. It's going to be a fun game.
Jeremy Dinius, he's the quarterback. Behind him, that's Jesse Dick, dots the I, Mosted the up back. Dinius barks out, signals, handoff. This is Dick, goes across the right side, keeps his feet moving, and he picks up a yard. Maybe two on that, but those were that was a one hard-earned yard that Dick had to pick up there.
Well, Matt Weidler, the linebacker, just stepped up, and Weidler coming in at only a sophomore, 215 pounds. He came in, just stepped up right in the middle, and allowed the big gain, or prevented the big gain there.
Jeremy Dennis, 170-pound junior quarterback, sends a receiver wide to the left side. That's Crum. Receiver to the right side, eye backfield behind Dennis. They toss it to Dick to the left side, turns upfield, across the 40, down to about the 45, pushed out of bounds at the 47-yard line goes Jesse Dick. And Jesse Dick, as you mentioned, he has 24 touchdowns this season and 2,109 rushing yards.
Well, Cody Kittleson, the linebacker, got to the outside and made the stop. The corner, Cullen Keller, came up and prevented Dick to go more to the sidelines, and he got upfield, turned on the Jets, and Kittleson pulled him out of bounds just short of the first down.
Third down and 1 for the Langdon Cardinals, 11:14 to go, quarter number 1. Ball on the 47-yard line of the Cardinals. Twin receiver split right, one to the left side, eye backfield behind Dinius. He barks out the signals. Dick gets the call again. Looking for some room. He finds some room, gets across midfield into Velva Sawyer territory, and that's going to be a first down for the Langdon Cardinals.
Well, Matt Weidler stepped up and missed the tackle as he just kind of ran by him. He got great pressure, but finally bringing him down was Nick Shattuck, the linebacker. Also, Kittleson getting in there as well.
So first down and 10 for the Langdon Cardinals. They have the ball in Velva Sawyer territory on the 48-yard line. Dinius under center, sends a receiver left, one to the right side, eye backfield behind him. Handoff, the up back, that's Mosted, and Mosted may got a yard, if that, on that carry.
Well, Velva Sawyer playing a four-man front, also four linebackers, and in there was Brent Wunderlich and also Nick Shattuck, both getting in there as well. Kind of double teaming there. The both Wunderlich, the defensive linebacker, or defensive lineman, and Shattuck, the linebacker. And with a name like Wunderlich, you think you're just going to pop him every time with the good lick there.
Woodrow goes wide to the left side. Crum wide to the right side. Dinius on the keeper, and he didn't fool anybody on that play.
Well, that was the sophomore again, Matt Weidler, coming in from the outside, just doing a nice job stepping up, getting low and making the tackle. And Weidler's had a big first quarter here already on defense.
9:59 to go, quarter number 1, no score. The Langdon Cardinals have the ball, third down, and we'll call it 14 to go for a first down. Ball on their own 47-yard line. Eye backfield behind Dinius. Receiver split to the left, one to the right. Dinius barks out the signal, back to pass. The left-hander looking. He's got a man out there. Ball incomplete. Just shy of the 40-yard line, the intended receiver, number 36, Craig Bittner. in and out of his arms, and that'll bring up a 4th down situation for the Cardinals.
Well, he was open as Cody Chilson and also Cody Kittleson there on the coverage, but they were giving him room, and it just popped right out of his hands. Again, brings up 4th down.
So the Langdon Cardinals forced into a punt situation, and doing the punting for the Cardinals will be Jeremy Dinius, the quarterback. Deep back around their own 25-yard line. That's number 16, Cullen Keller. And number 44, Cody Kittleson, taken by Keller at the 25-30, and he's ridden out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. So the Aggies will take over, 1st and 10 on their own 32.
Well, the starting defense for the Langdon Cardinals, the left end will be Craig Bittner, left tackle Seth Neiman. The nose guard is Adam Fisk, the right tackle Josh Roppel, the right end is Chris Harpstead. Linebackers Sean Cram, Chris Mickelson, Aaron Rested. The cornerbacks are Josh Dinius, Ben Worth, and the free safety Jeremy Dinius.
Cullen Keller, he's the quarterback. One back behind him. In motion comes Kittleson. He's coming to the near side. He's looking to cut it upfield, and he's going to be brought down around the 30-yard line as Cody Kittleson, on kind of an end-around play that time, picks up, or he actually loses 2 yards in that play.
Well, Ben Worth, the cornerback, read that one all the way. He went for the tackle, just leaped in the air. He went over Kittleson, but the Cardinals were there for the stop.
Velva Sawyer led by quarterback Cullen Keller up front. They'll go at left tackle Luke Rogers, the left guard, Nick Shatuk, the center, Brett Wunderlich, the right guard, Casey Kwame, and the right tackle Jason Whitehead. Keller under center, receiver to the right side, in motion. They hand off misdirection, that's Kittleson. And Kittleson gets the handoff again out of the slot, and he's going to be stopped, but he may have got a yard on that one.
That was Chris Harpstead, the defensive end. Langdon playing a 5-man front. Harpstead, 250 pounds, just wrapped those huge arms around Kittleson. Wasn't going to let him anywhere.
Cody
Nice
Kittleson,
job.
175-pound senior running back, has 122 carries on the season for 1,057 yards and 15 touchdowns. So he's a dandy. Twin receivers come wide to the right side. In the slot on the right, that's Kittleson. Keller barks out the signals on 3rd down and 11. Man in motion, he fakes it, he's looking to pass. He's got a man out there, that's Kittleson underneath. Across the 35, out of bounds at about the 37-yard line goes Cody Kittleson, and stop made that time by Sean Crum.
Yeah, Crum stepping up and making the tackle. Pretty good coverage there by the Langdon Cardinals. There's really nowhere to go, so they had to dump it off to Kittleson, and the Langdon defense does their job here on their first series.
Cullen Keller back in punt formation for the Velva Sawyer Aggies. Deep back, number 28, Jeremy Pritchard, along with number 10, Josh Dinius. They're standing back around their own 25-yard line. Low line drive kick. It's going to be taken by Dinius back at around the 26. He gets across the 30, down to about up close to the 33-yard line. Getting downfield for the Velva Sawyer Aggies, number 55, your man, Tank Brent Wunderlich.
And he was licking on that one. Brent Wunderlich there making the stop as we got a 0-0 ball game.
7:52 to go, quarter number 1. No score between the Langdon Cardinals and the Velva Sawyer Aggies. And we've got a timeout on the field. 7:52 to go, no score. The Aggies and the Cardinals will be back to the Fargo Dome in 60 seconds. Take McNamara, Scott Woodmansey back with you at the Fargo Dome, where the Langdon Cardinals have it 1st down and 10 on their own 32-yard line. Handoff goes to the fullback. That's number 44, Jeff Mosted, and he may have got 2 on the carry, but the Velva Sawyer Aggies, once again, that stingy defensive unit right there.
Yeah, it looked like there was a little opening there, but closed very fast as Seth Gogler, the linebacker, came over and made the initial hit on him after about a 2-yard gain.
Well, they're going to call it a gain of 1, 2nd down and 9, 7:25 to go in quarter number 1. No score between the Cardinals and the Aggies. The state Class A championship from the Fargo Dome. Dinius under center, fakes the handoff Mosted. They go to Dick. Dick trying to get to the outside, eludes one tackler, turns it upfield, but right there's 2 Velva Sawyer Aggies. Number 16, Cullen Keller, along with number 44, I believe, Cody Kittleson, making a stop for Velva Sawyer.
Well, Keller, the cornerback, really making that play, trying to string kicked Dick to the outside, and Keller took a pretty good shot there. When he came up to hit Dick, Keller just kind of buckled his head back, but he managed to bring Dick down.
Casey Kwame made the initial contact for Velva Sawyer. Bring up third down and 11 for the Cardinals. They have the ball on their own 32-yard line. Backfield behind Dinius. Back to pass, the left-hander looks. He's got a man downfield. Pass caught and dropped at the 40-yard line. Intended receiver was Mark Woodrow, and he had his man beat. That time he was one-on-one with number 44, Cody Kittleson. Dropped it at the 40. Brings up the fourth down situation for the Cardinals.
Yeah, that ball should have been caught as Seth Gogler applied pressure there for the Aggies. The linebacker coming in on the blitz. I think the Aggies may have gotten away with one there, as Langdon should have had the big play in the first down.
Deep back for the Aggies, Colin Keller along with Cody Kittleson. They're standing around their own 40-yard line. Punt almost blocked. Good high kick. Keller takes it at the 45. Turns up, he dances out of bounds around the 47-yard line. So the Aggies will take over. First down at 10, just shy of midfield with 6:24 to go in quarter number 1.
Not a whole lot of offense here, Scott, the first quarter, as the defenses are getting it done, and especially like this Langdon offense. So we heard they were very powerful on offense, but so far this Velva defense is doing a great job.
Well, we talked about a tank early. Velva Sawyer allowing 6 points per game, and thus far their defense is matching the task. Keller under center, Kittleson in the slot to the left side, a lone setback behind him. They hand off to the up back, or that's the tailback, number 39. He breaks a tackle. That's Matt Weidler, and Weidler picks up big yardage on first down as he gets close to the first down marker, just shy of the 40-yard line.
Well, Jake Hansel, the defensive tackle, almost had him stopped at the line of scrimmage. Just couldn't pull him down, and he broke free to get the first down.
Matt Weidler, 215-pound sophomore running back on a big carry on first down.
Well, it should be a first down. They're measuring, but
yeah.
I think he got it.
Just by the nose of the football, it appears. Matt Weidler, he has on the season 100 carries for 542 yards and 9 touchdowns. So Weidler, a sophomore, as we saw a good sophomore running back earlier, but appears we have another one on our hands right here. Carlson wide to the right side, in the slot to the left side. That's number 23, Cody Chilson. The slot to the right side's Kittleson. Keller barks out the signals. Chilson comes in motion, handoff. That's Weidler, 40, breaks the outside, 30, 25, 20. It's a foot race, and he's knocked out of bounds at around the 10-yard line. And a great job by Casey Kwame on the block to free up Weidler, and that's a first down for the Aggies.
Well, it was Ben Worth, the cornerback, the last one there to push him out of bounds and prevented the touchdown, but what a huge play for the Aggie offense.
So Matt Weidler on a 31-yard run that time sets up a first down and goal for the Aggies. Ball on the 11-yard line of the Cardinals. Keller sets him down, slot to the left, to the right, one receiver wide to the left side. Weidler, the lone setback. Chilson comes in motion. Handoff, Weidler, he bounces to the outside, turns it upfield. He gets down close to the 5-yard line. They're going to mark it around the 6, so that'll bring up second down with 5:50 to go in quarter number 1.
Jeremy Dinius, the defensive back, stepping up and just pretty much putting his shoulder into that and stopping him there. Nice job by Dinius making that stop.
Second down and 5, ball on the 6-yard line for the Velva Sawyer Aggies. No score, just underway, 5.5 to go in quarter number 1. Wide to the right side comes Carlson, along with number 23, Cody Chilson. Slot back to the left, that's Kittleson. Keller, handoff, Weidler goes left and he turns it back to the right side, gets across the 5 down to about the 4-yard line. Craig Harpstead in on the stop for the Langdon Cardinals.
Yeah, he's the defensive end. He just beat his guy on the outside and came from behind. Harpstead, again, that big 250-pound senior playing the defensive end, and he's made some nice tackles here so far as well.
Third down and 4 for the Velva Sawyer Aggies. They have the ball deep in Langdon territory. They still can get a first down. They got to get to the 1-yard line to pick that up. Keller under center, Chilson in the slot to the right side, Carlson wide to the right. Kittleson dots the I. They hand off to him. He goes over the right side, and he's going to be stopped. The initial contact was made by Sean Crum, but the Langdon Cardinals tank stiffening up defensively deep in the red zone.
Yes, they are, and they're playing great defense. They're not giving up after that big 31-yard run. They've really buckled up, and Velva Aggies are having a tough time running their offense here in the red zone.
4th down, and they're going to kick a field goal here. In to kick the extra point, number 85, that's Matt Hagan, to kick the field goal. Snap, hold, kick is up, and the kick is good. 3:55 to go, quarter number 1. The Aggies from Velva Sawyer 3, the Langdon Cardinals 0. We'll be back to the Fargo Dome in 60 seconds.
But the Aggies got to be happy getting something out of that, and I don't think they were going to go for it on 4th down, as Hagan showed he's a very nice kicker here for the Aggie football team.
Well, Jack Michaels standing around here taking a rest in his voice box a little bit, so he can hopefully we can get some work out of him today, Tank.
I doubt that's possible.
Kick is taken by the Cardinals. That's number 52 once again for the Langdon Cardinals. Andrew Lumen, as he recovered the first kick and he returned this kick, so the Cardinals will have it 1st down and 10, just shy of midfield. We'll call it the 47-yard line. They trail 3-0, 3:50 to go in quarter number 1. Dinius, the quarterback, he brings him out. Mosted behind him. Dick dots the I. Dinius, quarterback sneak. He goes right up the middle behind center John Eckloff. And a pretty good gain on 1st down that time for the Cardinals.
Wunderlich and Shattuck both getting in on the tackle.
I knew Wunderlich was there somewhere.
Yeah, he was on the defensive line. He just followed him right through. And Shattuck, the linebacker, came through and helped out Wunderlich.
Wide to the left side comes Aaron Rested. I backfield behind Dinius. Dinius barks out the signals. They pitch it. That's Dick. Dick turns upfield across the 50 into Velva Sawyer territory at about the 49, but a good job of staying home by Cody Kittleson to force that play to the inside.
Yeah, Shattuck also on the tackle, and it looks like the linebackers for the Aggies are very active and know how to run around the field and make things happen. As we've mentioned, Kittleson and Shattuck quite a bit here already today.
Well, if you got a last name of Kittleson, you know you're active.
Yes.
3rd down and 6 for the Cardinals. Ball on their 49 on the Aggie 49-yard line. Dinius under center, back to pass, looking downfield. He's got a man out there around the 25. Picked off, no, dropped by Kittleson.
Kittleson was there step for step with the receiver. That was number 18, Mark Woodrow, but Kittleson turned his head at the right time and really blocked the ball down nicely and made sure that ball didn't get tipped up behind him, where Woodrow could have came down with that or had it bounce off his shoulder pad and into his palm like we saw the Green Bay Packers do to the Minnesota Vikings.
I think the only thing about the Kittleson that you look down here on the roster, normally you see him under LB. This one you see under FS.
Yes, and he's doing a great job back there playing pass coverage.
Dinius back in punt formation. Kittleson along with number 16, Cullen Keller, stand back around their own 20. Taken by Kittleson, bobbled drop, picks it up, reverses his direction to field, all the way across the field. 20, 25, he's got room, 30, 35, 40, it's a foot race, midfield, he's gonna go, 30, 25, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Velva Sawyer.
Well, that was just a great job on special teams by the Velva Sawyer Aggies. They set up the wall along that far side of the field, and Kittleson just followed his blockers, and he's on the board.
Tank, he picked that up on our side of the field, and he was probably about 10 steps from going out of bounds, and he took it back 79 yards on the punt return. The Aggies on the board once again with 2:12 to go in quarter number 1. What a great individual effort by Cody Kittleson.
Oh yeah, that's just 1 yard shy of tying the Dakota Bowl record. as Adam Cotton from Hillsboro, a familiar name for me. I'm from Hillsboro, and was 1 yard away from tying Adam Cotton, who holds the longest punt return, also total punt return yards and total yards in all returns.
The Cardinals want timeout. 2:12 to go, quarter number 1. The Aggies 9, the Cardinals 0. We'll be back to the Fargo Dome in 60 seconds. Take McNamara, Scott Woodmansey back with you at the Fargo Dome, where the Velva Sawyer Aggies on to kick the extra point by Hagan. Hold by Keller. The kick is up and the kick is good. 2:12 to go in quarter number 1. The Aggies 10, the Cardinals 0. We'll be back to the Dakota Bowl in 60 seconds. Take McNamara, Scott Woodmansey back with you at the Fargo Dome, the Dakota Bowl 2000. Deep back for the Langdon Cardinals is number 10, Josh Dinius, along with number 88, Ben Worth. Ball taken by the up back. That's number 20, Quentin Wenzel. And Wenzel's going to be dropped at about the 32-yard line, where the Cardinals will take over first down and 10. In on the stop was Eric Carlson for the Aggies.
Carlson doing a good job of making a tackle in the open field. Just got down in great position, wrapped his arms up, and brought the Cardinal down at the 32-yard line.
A 79-yard punt return by Cody Kittleson has made the score 10-0 with 2:08 to go in quarter number 1. Jeremy Dinius, the quarterback. Jesse Dick dots the I behind him, and he's been silent thus far in the ball game. Dinius back to pass. He's got a man wide open. That's Woodrow. Pass caught at the 35-30. He's going to go 25. 10-5, touchdown Langdon.
68-yard pass completion there for the touchdown, as Kittleson, as we were talking, was playing great defense back there, and he just got his feet tangled up, it looked like, a little bit, and Woodrow broke free for the touchdown. Nice job by the Cardinals striking back after Kittleson ran the ball for a 79-yard punt return.
My, oh my, just like that, the Langdon Cardinals come back on first down and 10, and they strike to Woodrow, and you know what, Tank? That play's been there. They've gone to him a couple times. He's had the man beat, but this time they got the reception and the touchdown.
That is true. They've gone to that play a couple times, and they finally strike on it.
They fake it. Dinius, a high snap. He's rolling out. He's looking. He turns it upfield. He's going to run, and he's going to be stopped. The two-point conversion failed. So with 1:57 to go in quarter number 1, the Aggies 10, the Cardinals 6. We'll be back to the Fargo Dome in 60 seconds. Cardinals on the board 10-6, and they strike quickly after the 79-yard punt return by the Velva Sawyer Aggies. We'd like to welcome you aboard here for high school football in the state of North Dakota, KCJB and Minot, KFOR 550 AM radio, Bismarck, Mandan, and KVOX Sports Radio 1280 The Ticket in Fargo, Moorhead, and Tank. The Aggies have allowed 6 points per game. They've given up their average. The Cardinals got 1 to give. They've given up 11.
It'll be interesting to see how this turns out.
Kittleson loses the football, picks it up at the 20, 25, and he gets out across to the 26-yard line. Downfield to make the stop was number 52, Andrew Lumen, and the Aggies will take over first and 10 on their own 26-yard line.
Well, Kittleson better be a little bit more careful, even though he scored on the last punt return. He did bobble that one right away, and there again on the kickoff, he bobbled that a little bit, maybe having some troubles picking up this bounce off the turf.
First down and 10, as I mentioned, for the Aggies. Cullen Keller, the quarterback, he sends Carlson to the right side along with Chilson. Twin receivers, slot back to the left side, that's Kittleson. Keller sends Kittleson in motion, handoff. They go to Weidler.
Well, credit the defensive line there. They didn't let anything through, as a couple of guys up front there on the defensive line is Bittner, Neiman, Fisk, Rappel, and Harpstead, the front five for the Cardinals, getting it done, as they didn't allow a gain there at all.
I apologize, that's Matt Weidler, not Weidler, so we'll get that corrected. Second down and 9, 1:20 to go in the first quarter. Twin receivers to the right side, slot to the left is Kittleson. Weidler, the lone setback. Kittleson in motion once again, back to pass. Keller throws out to Kittleson. Kittleson trying to turn up field. We got a fumble picked up by number 39. That's Weidler. And he gets it back out close to the 35. And they're going to spot it right around. Well, they're going to spot it at about the 34-yard line. So a negative turns into a positive there for the Velva Sawyer Aggies.
And getting it done on defense, that was Craig Bittner, the defensive end. He's a junior. He's the one that made the initial hit and popped that ball out. And the Aggies just lucky they didn't turn that one over, because it would have gave the Cardinals great field position here.
3rd down and 2 for the Aggies. They have the ball on their own 34-yard line. This time, Kittleson comes to the right side, Carlson to the left side. Keller back to pass, slant pass, complete across the 40, not ball loose. We got a fumble, and the Cardinals say they have it, and they do. Aaron Rested in on the recovery for the Langdon Cardinals. A completed pass to the far side to Chilson. He fumbled the football. The Cardinals have the ball back.
Well, it was Josh Dinius, the quarterback, that was there on the coverage. He was playing back a little bit and came up, made a nice hit, and that ball came loose, and that's 2 plays in a row where it was a loose ball by the Aggie offense.
Aaron Rested in on the fumble recovery for the Cardinals. Dinius under center. Back to pass once again. He's looking for Woodrow. Dinius rolling out. Now he's going to tuck it upfield, and he's going to be brought down for a loss as good Jarvis Gemstrud in on the stop for the Aggies, but that time good coverage downfield by the Aggies.
Yes, there was, and Gemstrud coming over very quickly to shut down that outside, and he just came over and made a great tackle in the open field.
We're under 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. The Aggies lead 10-6 over the Langdon Cardinals. They have it. Do the Cardinals 2nd down and 12 on the Aggie 41-yard line. Didius under center. Receiver split to the left, one to the right. Handoff, Dick trying to find some room to run, and he's going to be stopped around the 40-yard line by number 50, Ed Rao.
Yep, the left end, Ed Rao coming over, coming up in the middle and creating a roadblock for Dick, and that's going to do it for the first quarter.
So after 1 quarter played, it's the Velva Sawyer Aggies 10, the Langdon Cardinals 6. We'll be back to the Dakota Dome, or excuse me, to the Fargo Dome, the Dakota Bowl, in 2 minutes. Todd, give me a Mountain Dew, will you?
Fantastic.
Take McNamara, Scott Woodmansey back with you at the Fargo Dome, where after 12 minutes of play, the Aggies and the Langdon Cardinals tank are in a battle. And what turned out to be all Aggies, the Langdon Cardinals struck just like that.
Yeah, they did on the big pass play, and then they came up with the big turnover and really have great field position here, but it is 3rd down and about 11 to go, so they need a big play here if they want to take advantage of this field position.
Woodrow goes wide to the left side in the slot on the left side. That's number 22, Sean Crum. Dick the eye back to pass Dinius. He's looking for a man. He's got a man downfield. He throws it up. Pass, batted around, incomplete at the 15-yard line. The intended receiver was the tight end, Craig Bittner, but good coverage downfield once again by the blue and gold.
Yeah, Cody Chilson is the defensive back for the Aggies, and he just went up there and knocked the ball around and prevented the pass. Brings up 4th down now. It'll be interesting to see what they do here. If they're going to punt it, play conservative, or they do have it at the Aggie 40, but it looks like they're going to punt.
Dinius back in punt formation for the Langdon Cardinals. Deep back is number 16. That's Cullen Keller for the Aggies. Dinius angles it to the sidelines. Keller takes it at his own 10, reverses his field, and Langdon downfield to make the stop, number 44. That's Jeff Mosted. Good downfield coverage on the punt team by the Cardinals.
Yeah, you almost wonder if Keller, the way the spin was on that ball, if he should have let it go as he caught it about the 9-10 yard line. I was never a punt returner, but I always heard that when you get down about that area, you should almost let it go. But they're going to have a long battle in front of them against this Langdon defense.
They got to go 90 yards to get in the end zone. 11:42 to go in quarter number 2. The Aggies lead 10-6 over the Langdon Cardinals. Cullen Keller, the senior quarterback, sends 2 receivers to the left side, offset I formation behind him. In motion comes Weidler. They toss it to Kittleson. He's got blocking out there, turns upfield, 15, spins his way down to about the 19-yard line, and good job on the outside of blocking by the Aggies up front. They ran the left side. That's Luke Rogers and Nick Shatuk.
Yeah, Cassidy Schmaltz, the linebacker, coming over for the Cardinals and making that stop. But, boy, he really did have a lot of blockers to the outside. They send the guy in motion. They had 2 wideouts on the left side. Kittleson had 3 guys to run behind, and I'm sure every running back would like that on the outside.
2nd down and 2 for the Aggies. Weidler, the lone setback behind Keller. Slot back, Kittleson goes in motion from the left to the right side. Weidler trying to get that first down. He's got to get across the 20, and it'll be interesting to see where they spot this football.
First guys in there was Josh Roppel and Adam Fisk. They also had some help coming over, but there again, this defensive line for Langdon really getting in on a lot of tackles here today. They're very active and have some size to them.
Well, they had to get just across the 20-yard line. That appears where they spotted the football. They're going to bring the chains in for an official measurement to see if Weidler got the first down. And they pull the chains, and yes, he did.
Well, to look at this size, Harpstead, the end, is 250 pounds. Roppel, the defensive tackle, 265 pounds. The nose guard, Fisk, 235 pounds. And number 75, Seth Neiman, the left tackle, he's 285 pounds. And also the left end, number 36, he's 185 pounds. So there is some size up there on the front line for the Cardinal defense.
1st and 10 for the Aggies. 2 receivers to the right side. Offset eye backfield. Weidler now goes in motion out of the backfield. They toss it. Kittleson, he's got some room, but there the Langdon Cardinals pursuing to the football and didn't allow Kittleson to get to the outside.
Yeah, that was the outside linebacker, number 68, Chris Mickelson, getting over there and closing off the outside, because we saw that punt return by Kittleson. You can't let him get to the outside or he's going to burn you. He has some speed, and just a nice job of closing off the outside there by the Mickelson on the Langdon defense.
Ed Rowell brings the play in from head coach Larry Sandy. Give it to his quarterback Keller. Carlson comes to the left side. Chilson, now he moves out of the slot to the right side. Goes wide to the right. Weidler, the lone setback. Now in motion comes Chilson, and we got flags all over the field right now.
Yep, that was the wide receiver, Eric Carlson there, just a little jumpy out there on the left side of the field. Going to push him back 5 yards.
Be a 5-yard false start penalty against the Aggies. So that'll back them up to about the 15. 9:52 to go in the first half. The Aggies from Velva Sawyer over the Cardinals from Langdon, 10-6 in what has been a pretty well played first half.
Yeah, it really has. Pretty even as we thought it would be with the score 10-6 Aggies.
Twin receivers to the left side. Kittleson slot to the right side. Weidler the lone setback. Kittleson now goes in motion. Keller back to pass. He's got a man out there around the midfield, caught at the 50 by Carlson, and a good pass that time by the quarterback, Colin Keller.
Yeah, Carlson had the defensive back, Ben Worth, beat by a couple steps, but Carlson having troubles picking up the ball, but did a nice job of finally seeing where that was and keeping his footwork to pull that one down.
So a big play that time for the Velva Sawyer Aggies, gives them a 1st and 10. Just inside Langdon territory at about their Langdon 49-yard line. Colin Keller, the senior quarterback, sends Carlson and Chilson to the right side. Weidler and Kittleson in the backfield behind Keller. Now Chilson comes in motion. They hand off. Weidler up the middle, across the 45-40. He's all the way down to 35 to about the 33-yard line, and a good run on first down by their fullback, Matt Weidler.
Yeah, the tackle, Jeremy Dinius, or the defensive back, making the tackle for the Cardinals. Almost making that tackle was the nose guard, though, Adam Fisk, as he almost brought him down, but he just ran right through. And Dinius there to make the tackle, but it is a first down for the Aggies.
8:50 to go in the first half. The Aggies lead 10-6, and they're on the move once again. Wide to the right side goes Carlson. Chilson comes in motion out of the slot from the left to the right. They hand off. Kittleson, misdirection, 30. Breaks out into open field across the 25 down to about the 23-yard line. Goes Cody Kittleson. And the Velva Sawyer Aggies really mixing things up offensively.
Yeah, they are, and it's really working. It was a nice first down gain for the Aggies. Josh, he is the linebacker, just flying in there, making the tackle. But again, the Aggies picking up a first down and really putting a nice drive together.
Another first down for the Aggies. The ball is going to be spotted on the 24-yard line of the Cardinals. And the Aggies putting together a nice offensive series here. Keller under center. In motion goes Kittleson out of the slot. They hand off Weiler. Weiler has a hole over the right side. Spins off one tackle. Works his way down close to the 15-yard line. So on first down, he picks up 9. It's going to be second and short.
Oh, yeah, he was had a nice hole, and then when the linebackers came over, he was just making guys bounce off him. And picked up a nice gain. And again, like you said, second down and short here for the Aggies.
They ran over that right side. Casey Kwame and Jason Whitehead of the Velva Sawyer Aggies. Second down and short, 7:39 left to go, quarter number 2. Keller sends Carlson to the right side. In the slot is Kittleson, and we got some movement as Chilson, I don't know if Chilson went towards the line of scrimmage or not. Offsides against the Cardinals. Wow. I thought that was going to go against the Aggies that time.
Oh, they're using the hard snap count there, and it got him to jump across. And it was second down and short, and the Aggies pick up a first down. Remember, this drive started back on their own 10. They've just been marching the ball up the field.
And more importantly, they've been taking some time off the clock, keeping it away from the Cardinals. First down and 10, ball on the Cardinal 11-yard line. Keller under center. In motion comes Chilson. Handoff. Kittleson, he's got room. 5, works his way, dives for the end zone. Touchdown, Cody Kittleson.
Well, the key block there was by number 56. That's Nick Shattuck, the offensive lineman for the Aggies. He just did a nice job of pushing that defensive end out of the way. He got Kittleson the room he needed, and Kittleson did the rest. He got himself in for the touchdown.
Well, they've been running that counter play all game long, and finally it pays off, and Kittleson goes over from 11 yards out and puts the Aggies on the board. They lead 16-6 over the Langdon Cardinals. Velva Sawyer wants timeout. 7:09 to go, quarter number 2. The Aggies 16, the Cardinals 6. We'll be back to the Fargo Dome in 60 seconds. $7:09 to go in quarter number 2. The Velva Sawyer Aggies on an 11-yard touchdown run by number 44, Cody Kittleson, puts them back on the board at 16-6. On to kick the extra point will be number 85. That's Matt Hagan, the sophomore. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and the kick is good. 7:09 to go in quarter number 2. The Aggies 17, the Cardinals 6. We'll be back to the Fargo Dome in 60 seconds.
Yards, 58 passing, and I think the most surprising stat right now is Langdon only with 11 rushing yards right now. You know, they were supposed to be the high-powered rushing attack, and only 11 yards. Credit the Aggie defense.
Kick is away by Hagan, taken by the up back. That's number 20, the middle deep receiver. That's Quentin Wenzel, as he gets it across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. Earlier this afternoon, in case you missed it here on K-Fire 550 AM radio, Bismarck, KVOX 1280 The Ticket, and now KCJB in Minot, the Lytton HMB Lion Tigers defeated Hope Page 30-8 for the 9-man championship. And right now in the Class A championship, the Velva Sawyer Aggies lead by 11 at 17-6. First down and 10 for the Cardinals. Under center's Dinius. Dinius, handoff. Dick trying to get some running room, and he can't. Bounces off one tackle, gets up close to the 40-yard line, going to be stopped at about the 39-yard line. And Tank, you mentioned it, Jesse Dick has been held intact by this Aggie defense.
Really has, and Matt Weidler, one of the guys doing it for the Aggies on defense, 215-pound sophomore, doing it on offense today and now defense at linebacker.
Coming up after this game at about 4:45 as the scheduled start time will be the Rugby Panthers and the Dickinson Trinity Titans. Tank, and talking just a little bit, you've got two teams with one loss. Now we go to two teams with 0 losses.
That's always best because you want to keep that perfect record. And rugby always a powerhouse, and now Trinity really stepping things up in their program now. Since they're not with the bigger schools anymore, and other sports they're Class B. That's been a few years now, but really become a dominant program.
Woodrow goes wide to the left side. Mosted and Dick behind quarterback Dinius. They hand off, counterplay. That's the handoff, goes to number 23. That is, or number 22, excuse me, that's Sean Crum coming out of the slot, and he picks up big yardage across midfield into Aggie territory on the 49-yard line for a first down.
Well, one of the defensive linemen for the Aggies, that's Casey Kwame coming out, making the stop. Also, Nick Shattuck, the linebacker, coming over and getting in on that tackle as well.
First down and 10 for the Cardinals. Ball on the 49-yard line of the Aggies. 6:10 to go in quarter number 2. Wide to the right side. For the Cardinals comes Rested. They hand off Mosted, and Mosted is met in the backfield.
Yeah, great pressure by Jason Whitted, the defensive lineman. He was in the backfield before that ball was handed off and did a nice job of bringing him down by himself. Whitted coming in. He's a 198-pound senior on that defensive line for the Aggies.
So big play there on first down for the Aggie defense. It'll be second down, and we'll call it 12 for the Cardinals. Woodrow comes to the right side. Wide to the left side goes Crum. I backfield behind Dinius. Dinius barks out the left-hander, back to pass. He's got 2 men in the formation being chased. He's got to throw the football, gets rid of it. Pass complete at the 35, down to the 30-yard line. That's the tight end, number 36, Craig Bittner. And a good job that time by quarterback Jeremy Dinius, staying with his receiver, and he threw a nice pass to Bittner down at around the 30-yard line.
Well, as you said, Scott staying with his receivers as Luke Rogers and Dan Holman were applying pressure on him, and he just tossed that one up, and a big gain for the Cardinals.
First down and 10, ball spotted on the 29-yard line of the Aggies. 5:05 left to go in quarter number 2. The Cardinals knocking on the door. Jeremy Dinius, the quarterback, in the slot is Crum to the right side. Now Dick goes in motion out of the backfield. Dinius, quarterback keeper, turns it upfield, dives forward across the 25, down to around the 23-yard line.
Well, Seth Gogler, the defensive lineman, coming up and almost making that stop, but Eric Carlson, the defensive back, making the tackle, but a nice gain by the Langdon offense. Now they're up to 21 yards rushing.
Second down and 4 for the Cardinals. Ball on the 23-yard line of the Aggies. 17-6 our score, but the Langdon Cardinals trying to change that one. Twin receivers come to the right side. That's Woodrow and Crum. Dick, the tailback. Dinius, they toss it to Dick coming to the right side. The Aggies in good pursuit, and they shut the water off on Dick, and he is having all kinds of problems trying to get any running room.
Yeah, Gogler, also Matt Weidler over there to make the tackle. Defensive lineman Casey Kwame helping out as well. And boy, they really got to the outside there and shut things off.
Third down, and it's gonna be a loss of about 3 yards, so it's gonna be third down and 5 for the Langdon Cardinals. Jeremy Dinius brings him out, sends Woodrow to the right side. In the slot on the right side for Langdon, that's Aaron Rested. They toss it, Dick, they're going to reverse it. Woodrow, he's got some room across the left side. Dinius has got to throw a block, he does. 20, turns upfield, 15, out of bounds. They're going to say he went out of bounds just shy of the 15-yard line, but that's going to be a Langdon Cardinal first down.
Yeah, you want to teach your outside guys contain, and they really went with that play. So the far side of the field was wide open there, and Langdon took advantage of it and picked up a first down.
Well, the quarterback, Jeremy Dinius, was threw the key block there to allow Woodrow to pick up the first down. So who says that quarterbacks don't block? First down and 10 for the Cardinals. Ball on the 16-yard line of the Aggies. Dinius under center. Dick the tailback, Mosted the up back. Dinius back to pass, looking in the corner of the end zone. He's got a man out there. That's Rested. Ball incomplete, out of bounds, as the intended receiver, Aaron Rested, just kind of ran a post corner pattern and was overthrown on the coverage, was number 44, Cody Kittleson.
Yeah, Kittleson with great coverage there. If that ball would have been thrown inbounds, I think Kittleson would have been there to knock that one away. So nice coverage there by Kittleson again, who's really only let one play by him, and that one was good for 6.
That was the big one. 2nd down and 10, ball on the 16-yard line of the Aggies. The Cardinals trying to put one in the end zone, 3:20 to go, quarter number 2. Dinius under center, they fake the handoff, back to pass, Dinius, he's got a man open in the end zone, that's Woodrow, off his fingertips, incomplete in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, Kittleson was there on the coverage, maybe a step or two behind, as Woodrow just kind of turned the jets on a little bit and got himself a step or two ahead, and probably should have pulled that one in.
So Mark Woodrow has kind of been the go-to guy here for the Langdon Cardinals since Jesse Dick has been held intact by the Velva Sawyer defense. 3rd down and 10 now for the Cardinals. Wide to the left side goes Rested. Crum in the slot to the left side. I backfield behind Dinius. Jeremy barks out the signals, back to pass. He's under pressure. He's got a man underneath. Ball batted down by number 23, Cody Chilson. So we'll see what head coach Dennis Carey elects to do here.
Well, I'm not real sure on their kicking game. Not sure if they have a big kicker on that Langdon defense or on that Langdon special team unit. So they're in a good enough field position, though, where they could try and go for this. They do need 10 yards to get the 1st down.
Dennis Carey, a graduate of St. Mary's High School in Bismarck, North Dakota. He's been the head coach at Langdon for 23 years. The last 10 of those 23 as head coach. Dinius, back to pass, looking, under pressure, gets out of the pressure. Now he's going to be brought down back at the 22-yard line, and the Aggies hold on 4th and 10. Casey Kwame with the sack on Jeremy Dinius, and the Aggies hold with 2:59 to go in quarter number 2.
Well, Luke Rogers was the first guy there that made him get out of the pocket, and the Aggie defense just followed and made a great play and a big stop on 4th down.
So the Velva Sawyer Aggies come up big as the Cardinals put together a pretty good drive offensively, but Velva Sawyer bends, but they don't break deep in their own territory. And
get a media timeout, I believe.
We've got a timeout on the field. 2:59 to go, quarter number 2. The Aggies 17, the Cardinals 6. We'll be back to the Fargo Dome in 60 seconds. For Dakota Bowl 2000, the state Class A championship, 11-man in the state of North Dakota. The Velva Sawyer Aggies lead the Langdon Cardinals 17-6, and the Aggies have the ball 1st down and 10 on their own 22-yard line. Keller under center, sends a man in motion. They hand off to the motion man. He loses the football. Ball still on the turf, picked up by number 20 of the Aggies. That's Jarvis Gemstrud on the reverse.
He did the smart thing and instead of trying to pick it up and run with it, he just dove on it. They're too far down in their own field to try and do anything except fall on the ball. He just made a great play in a big game like this.
Yeah, you don't want to lose the football down here, because if the Langdon Cardinals with 2:25 to go would have had an opportunity to narrow the margin against the Aggies. Twin receivers to the right side. That's Carlson along with Chilson. Slot back is Kittleson. Chilson comes in motion. They fake it to him. Back to pass. Kelly's looking. Now he's flushed out of the pocket. Now he gets rid of it to Kittleson. He overthrows him incomplete at the 25-yard line.
Well, credit that one to the secondary by the Cardinals. They just did a nice job. Really nowhere to go, and had to scramble out of the pocket and basically threw that one away.
So to bring up 3rd down and 12 for the Aggies, and Tank, you got to wonder here if with the timeouts left that Langdon has, if they stop the Aggies here, have the opportunity to get themselves in the end zone.
Yeah, they do, and they'll have a great field position with each team having 2 timeouts left and probably enough time on the clock to get something done.
Cullen Keller sends Chilson and Carlson wide to the right side. Offset I formation in the backfield. Now Weidler goes in motion out of the backfield. Keller, they delay it. Handoff, Kittleson, 30, 35-40. It's a foot race, midfield, 40 down the sideline. He might go. 25-20. 10-5, touchdown, Cody Kittleson. 80-yard touchdown run by Cody Kittleson. And just like that, the Velva Sawyer Aggies strike once again.
That was 80 yards, and let's see what the longest run from scrimmage is. That's 78 yards by Jordan Roberto of Bismarck back in 1997. So we just had our new Dakota Bowl record set. I'm all about that. That is fantastic.
Well, and he was just shy of setting one on that punt return too, I believe, wasn't he? As you mentioned earlier.
That was from Hillsboro, so those will never be broken. So I'm a little biased.
On to kick the extra point will be Hagen. Snap, hold. The kick is up. The kick is good, and we're going to have a roughing the kicker call against the Langdon Cardinals. Will be assessed on the kickoff. So 1:56 to go in the first half. The Aggies 24, the Cardinals 6. We'll be back to the Fargo Dome in 60 seconds. Take McNamara, Scott Woodmansey back with you at the Fargo Dome, Dakota Bowl 2000, where the Velva Sawyer Aggies have put 24 points on the board in the first half, and they lead 24-6. The ball is taken by Josh Dinius, and Dinius works his way out to the 20, across the 20 to about the 22-yard line. And right now, Tank, if you're the Langdon Cardinals, you don't want to get too fancy deep in your own territory.
No, you don't. And who would have thought that the scoring would have been on big plays? Almost every score has been, with the Langdon picking up the long touchdown pass and Kittleson making some great plays here today in the Dakota Bowl. After that run, he sets a Dakota Bowl record for longest rush from scrimmage.
So the Cardinals have it first down and 10, ball on their own 22-yard line. Jeremy Dinius is the quarterback, and Jesse Dick has been real silent here in this first half. Woodrow wide to the right side. They fake the handoff. Dinius is on the keeper. He's got blockers out there, 25, cuts upfield, tries to get to the outside, and he's going to be brought down just shy of the 30-yard line. Pretty good play there on first down. It'll bring up second down and about 2.
Yes, it was. It was the left corner, Cullen Keller, coming up and making the tackle there for the Aggies, as they don't want to allow a big play to end this first half, as they will have the ball, I believe, to start the second half.
1:20 to go first half. The Langdon Cardinals trail the Velva Sawyer Aggies 24-6 here in the state Class A championship football game. Dinius under center. Woodrow to the right side. Dinius back to pass. He's looking downfield. He's got Woodrow down there. Throwing up ball. Bobbled around, almost caught by Woodrow, but we're going to have a flag down. And Tank, this would be a big play for the Cardinals if it goes against the Aggies.
Yeah, it would move them up to about the 45-yard line, as Kittleson was there on the coverage. Also had help by the safety coming over. And let's see what the call is.
It was a pass interference call against the Langdon Cardinals, as Woodrow just ran a fly pattern down the field, and Dinius, who's got a very good arm, the left-hander threw it up. They drew the pass interference call, so they're going to march this one off, and it's going to be a Langdon first down at their own 45-yard line.
Still time on the clock with 1:02 to try and get something on the board. Probably have to go to the end zone, as I don't believe they have anyone that can really kick field goals or extra points for them.
Dinius under center. They option it. Dick trying to get to the outside. He's got to elude 2 tacklers. Now he gets by him, gets up across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. So these guys, the Velva Sawyer defense, they've got one number engraved in their mind, and that number is 29.
Yeah, Luke Rogers coming over and helping out, making that tackle. Again, this defensive line's been very active for both teams, and there Luke Rogers making the stop for the Aggies.
Timeout on the field, 43.9 to go, quarter number 2. The Aggies 24, the Cardinals of Langdon 6. We'll be back to the Fargo Dome in 60 seconds. On 2nd down and 8, the Langdon Cardinals run a fake reverse. They hand off to Dick. He fakes it to Woodrow, and he gets across the 50 to about the 48-yard line. And we've got another timeout on the field. 31.5 to go in quarter number 2. The Aggies 24, the Cardinals 6. We'll be back to the Fargo Dome in 30 seconds. And go in at halftime down only 12, maybe 11 points.
Yeah, especially when Velva will be getting the ball to start the second half. And the way Velva's been moving the ball, who knows what would happen if they don't score here.
Well, here we go. It'll be 3rd down and 3 for the Cardinals. Ball on the Aggie 48-yard line. Dinius under center, straight drop back. He's looking. He's got to get rid of it. He does, and he overthrows Woodrow. And we got another flag down. Pass interference is going to be called down around the 20-yard line. And on the coverage was number 16, Cullen Keller, as Woodrow went for the football. And that's the second pass interference call against the Velva Sawyer Aggies.
I don't know. It looked like they may have went up at the same time he was going for the ball. But the referees thought different, and that's why I'm up here and not down on the field.
Very good point, Tank. Very good point. And that's why Jack and I are up here with you.
Yeah.
So we'll see. The Langdon Cardinals are trying to do this. They're trying to get them in the end zone, and 2 big pass interference penalties have allowed them to keep this drive alive. 1st down and 10 on the 33 of the Aggies. Dinius under center. Crum in the slot to the left side. Rested wide to the right side. Dinius back to pass. He's looking. He's trying to throw to his tight end, Bittner. He's got a little pressure. Fumble. Ball loose on the carpet. It's the Aggies fall on it. Number 55 for the Aggies, that's Brent Wunderlich. Luke Rogers was the one that knocked it out of Dinius' hands, and the Aggies come up big defensively once again.
Tell you what, Luke Rogers has been doing a lot on the defensive line for the Aggies there. He applies the pressure, causes the fumble, and it's 1st down and 10 Aggies with, 17 and a half seconds to go. And you got to be happy if you're on the Velva sideline right now.
Big defensive stop by the Velva Sawyer Aggies has kept the Langdon Cardinals out of the end zone twice, and the Aggies will see what they elect to do with it here. It appears they might just sit on the football. Keller takes a snap, goes back a couple yards, puts a knee down, and that's going to end the first half to play. So after 24 minutes in this one, the Velva Sawyer Aggies go in at halftime with a lead of 24-6 over the Langdon Cardinals. And we'll be back to the Fargo Dome for some halftime activities after this 2-minute timeout. Back for the Aggies, Cullen Keller, along with who other than number 44, Cody Kittleson. Kick it away from Kittleson. And the kick is away, kind of a bounce kick, taken by the upback. That's Weidler, I believe. He goes across the 45. Close to midfield, going to be down around the 47-yard line where the Aggies will take over 1st down and 10.
So great field position for the Aggies, and during the halftime show we said, Langdon's got to come out, and they really cannot let Velva score on this possession. They got to get it done quick and fast here in the 3rd quarter.
Take McNamara, Scott Woodmansey with you from the Fargo Dome on KCJB in Minot, K-Fire 550 AM radio, Bismarck, Manning, and KVOX 1280 Sports Radio, The Ticket. Keller under center, in motion. They hand off to Weidler. Weidler breaks a tackle, 50, 45-40, 35-30. It's a foot race, 20, and he's brought down around the 19-yard line. And just like we talked about, Tank, not what you want to have happen if you're the Langdon Cardinals.
No, and another big play by the Aggies as Jeremy Dinius was there to make a touchdown-saving tackle as he just kind of extended out and tripped him up there. And again, the Aggies got great field position at the 17-yard line.
A 36-yard run by fullback Matt Weidler puts the Aggies deep in Langdon territory. 1st down and 10, ball on the 18-yard line. Keller under center. In motion goes Kittleson. They toss it to Kittleson. He's got a wall on the left side. Trying to get to the corner. He does. 10, turns it upfield. Knocked out of bounds at around the 7-yard line.
Flag on the field about the 15. I believe it could be a holding, but Jeremy Dinius there again to make the tackle for the Cardinals. And again, the penalty is on the Aggies. about at the 15-yard line, so if it is a holding penalty, it's going to march it back to about the 25.
Well, that last run by Weidler has put him over the 100-yard mark, so Velva Sawyer has 2 running backs over 100 yards, and we've got a lot of football left to play in this second half.
We do, with the 206 yards rushing by the Aggies, 58 yards passing. I think here in the second half, all they basically have to do is keep it on the ground with stats like that.
So a holding penalty against the Aggies will bring the ball back to the 24-yard line. Well, they'll have it. First down and 20. Keller under center. In motion goes Chilson. They hand off to the up back. That's Weidler, I believe. And Weidler is brought down just shy of the 20-yard line.
Sean Cram, and also I believe it was Matt Cram getting in there on the tackle for the Cardinals, as they just trying to step it up and not allow the big plays here in their own territory.
Well, I've been calling it, according to the coach, they said it's Sean Crum is what the pronunciation has been. It says it's spelled Cram, but we're going to go with Crum. I'm going to trust the coaching staff. Keller under center. They toss it. Kittleson. Kittleson's going to pass it. He's got a man out there. Carlson, goal line, intercepted. No! The ball appeared to be intercepted by Woodrow, and it was knocked down incomplete right at the goal line.
Credit Woodrow to not being fooled by that play. He really had nice position. He played great defense there, and Woodrow broke up a possible touchdown pass.
10:21 to go in quarter number 3. Third down and 13 for the Velva Sawyer Aggies, and I wonder if there's anything that Cody Kittleson doesn't do.
He throws, he returns punts and kickoffs, plays defensive back. He's just doing it all.
And I bet he does some coaching too.
I bet he does. I bet he's a real leader out there on the field.
Twin receivers to the right side. Kittleson in the slot on the right side. Weidler the lone setback. Keller sets him down. Keller. He's going to fake the pass. He's going to turn it upfield. Breaks a tackle across the 20 down to close to the 15-yard line where he's piled up. Dan Holman number 33, Aaron Rested in on the stop for the Langdon Cardinals.
Yeah, Rested came up and met him there at about the 15-yard line and just stood him up, and also had some teammates over helping him.
Well, on to attempt a 10, 20, 30, 35-yard field goal will be Matt Hagan.
This will be about a 32-yarder.
32-yard field goal attempt by Matt Hagan. Keller to hold. Snap, holds down. The kick is up. Is it long enough? It is, and it's good. So with 9.5 to go, quarter number 3, the Aggies strike on a 32-yard field goal by Matt Hagan. They lead 27-6 over the Langdon Cardinals. We'll be back to the Fargo Dome in 60 seconds. Who's back here? 10 and who? 9.5 minutes to go in quarter number 3. The Velva Sawyer Aggies get on the board on a 32-yard field goal by Matt Hagan. And deep back for the Cardinals is number 88, Ben Worth, along with number 10, Josh Dinius. The middle deep receiver is number 29, Jesse Dick. Hagan to kick this one off as they kick the last 2 to the middle deep man, and they put Dick there. Squiv kick as 52 is going to fall on it at around the 36-yard line. Number 52 for the Cardinals. He's been pretty active. That's Andrew Lumen, who's recovered a couple kickoff recoveries here for the Langdon Cardinals. They'll take over 1st and 10 with 9:28 to go in quarter number 3.
Scott, when the Aggie defense has been playing as good as they have, they can afford to do those short kickoffs and prevent the big returns by that high-powered runners for Langdon. They've been doing a nice job of preventing the big plays.
Woodrow comes wide to the left side. They hand off Dick. He's got some room across the right side, across the 40, 45, 50, and Dick gets across midfield. And Tank, that's the hardest run we've seen him have all afternoon.
That really is. I think he's getting mad out there. Bringing down Dick there was number 23. That's going to be Cody Chilson, the defensive back. But Dick ran through that hole with power And I think he's a little mad right now, and he's not happy with the stats.
He should be. That's a Langdon Cardinal first down in Aggie territory on the 49. Dick the eye back. Rested wide to the left side handoff. Dick across the right side once again. Across the 45 down to around the 44-yard line goes Jesse Dick. So at halftime, head coach Dennis Carey's made a point that we're going to give our ball to our running back, and he's going to try to carry us to the end zone.
And I don't think I would have liked to have been an offensive lineman in that halftime locker room either. I bet they really heard it because really there was not a whole lot of openings there in that first half for Dick to be running through.
Matt Weidler on the stop that time for the Aggies. It's 2nd down and 5 for the Cardinals. Woodrow comes wide to the left side, Rested in the slot on the left. Handoff. Dick once again across the right side, has a hole, dives forward to the 40, and he's going to be a yard short of the first down. So they've run 3 plays, and all 3 have gone to Jesse Dick.
He's hit hard by Nick Shattuck, the linebacker, about at the 42-yard line, and he did get down to the 40 where it's 3rd and short.
They run over that right side between Mickelson and Neiman, and it's worked thus far. 3rd down and 1 for the Cardinals. Rested comes wide to the left side. Slot back is Crum. Dick the eye back. They hand off. Dick, he's got room across the left side. 35, still on his feet. And that's going to be a Langdon Cardinal first down. So they've gone to the right side the last 3 times. This side they go to the left and pick up the first down.
Well, he was slowed up by Luke Rogers, and if Luke Rogers wasn't there, I think he would have got a lot more yards because Luke slowed him up at about the 40-yard line, and Dick managed to get to about the 35 where it's a first down and 10.
7:45 to go, quarter number 3. The Cardinals on the move. Dinius, he loses the football, and he tried to pitch it, and I don't know if he got it back or not. Yep, and it appears that he did. A dangerous play that time for the Cardinals.
Ed Rowell came out of nowhere and just put the pressure on, caused the fumble, and the Aggies were there. Their Cardinals should be lucky as they didn't turn that ball over, as there was quite a few Aggies around.
2nd down and a loss. 2nd down, and we'll call it 15 to go for the first down. Dinius under center. Throws screen pass. That's Rested. Rested to the middle of the field. Gets it back to the 35, the original line of scrimmage. Stop made by Wunderlich along with Nick Shattuck for the Cardinals.
Colin Keller, the cornerback, coming over and helping out on the stop as well, as they just tried that quick little swing pass out along the flats, and did pick up about 7 yards on the pass.
Big 3rd down play here for the Cardinals. 3rd down and 11. Ball on the 36-yard line of the Aggies. Dinius under center. Jeremy. They look to option to Dick. He's going to be stopped for no gain. And there's that Aggie defense once again coming up big on 3rd down.
Yep, Matt Weitler and Seth Gogler coming up and really not allowing anything, as it is a loss. And it brings up 4th down, so the Cardinals come out, and they were just moving the ball nicely as they started here in the second half. This Aggie defense has said, I'm tired of giving up these big plays, so let's play some defense, and it looks like Langdon going for it.
They're going for it on 4th down and long. Dinius back to pass. He's looking for Woodrow across the middle. He throws it down. He's got him out there. Ball tipped around, picked off. Eric Carlson picks it off at the 10-yard line, and the Aggie defense once again comes up big.
Well, Kittleson and Keller were back there as well. There were 3 guys around, and the ball was tipped around, and they do come up with the interception, and just a big play, and that might have done it for Langdon, as they are down big 27-6, and this Aggie offense has had no problems moving the ball here.
5:49 to go, quarter number 3. The Aggies take over on the interception by Eric Carlson. 1st and 10 on their own 10-yard line, and they lead 27-6. Colin Keller, the quarterback, sends Carlson wide to the left side. Chilson in the slot on the right. Kittleson slot on the left. Now Chilson goes in motion. They hand off Weidler. Weidler across the left side. Gets out close to the 15. Stopped, brought down around the 13-yard line.
Brought down by one of those big defensive linemen. I believe that one was Josh Roppel in on the tackle. Roppel coming in, he's a senior, 265-pound defensive end.
Well, we saw in that first game this afternoon where the Lion Tigers run their plays in with their quarterbacks, the Aggies run their plays in with the linemen. So, contrasting styles. Keller under center, second down and 7, 5:15 to go in quarter number 3. Chilson in motion. Counter play, Kittleson, 15, across the 15 down to about the 17-yard line. So they ran that same counter that he scored on before. This time the Cardinals were ready for it.
Number 36, Craig Bittner, they're going to make the tackle for the Cardinals. But again, it's third down and short now for the Aggies, and I'm guessing they'll just keep it on the ground and try and pound it out to get that first down.
Third down and 2 for Velva Sawyer. They lead 27-6 with 4:35 to go in quarter number 3. Cullen Keller, the quarterback, sends Carlson to the left side. Kittleson in motion. They toss it to him to the left side, trying to get to the corner. He does. 20, got a penalty flag down. He's ridden out of bounds about the 22, and that flag take appears it's in the area of a holding call.
Yeah, it's going to be a holding call at about the 18-yard line, so that'll send it down to about the 8. So it's going to be about third down and about 12 or 13.
I believe the guilty party that time was number 56, Nick Shatuk, for the Aggies. So that'll march them back. And it'll bring up third down. They'll repeat the down. They'll spot it back around the 9-yard line. So that'll bring up third down and 11 for the Aggies. And the way that they've been playing this football game, you never know what might happen here when you got number 44 in the backfield.
That is true.
Keller brings him out. He sends Kittleson to the slot on the right side. Chilson slot to the left. Carlson wide out to the right side. Now Chilson goes in motion. Counter play. They fake the counter play. He's looking to pass. He's got a man underneath. That's Weidler. Weidler gets a block, turns upfield across the 20, out close to the 25-yard line. And that appears it's going to be a first down for the Aggies.
Boy, the Aggie offense just has a lot of different options to go to. And that was just a nice play call there. And it looks like Kittleson is being attended to on the trainer on the sideline. I don't know what the problem is, but now he's going to sit down and the trainer working on him. He probably should be okay, but...
Well, it looks like they're working on something in his back. May have got dinged up a little bit, but that's going to be a Velva Sawyer first down. So Weidler the lone setback behind Keller. Carlson wide to the left side. Chilson goes in motion out of the slot. Weidler gets the handoff. He's got room, 30, 35, and he's going to be brought down. And around the 35-yard line goes Matt Weidler. So another big gain on first down, and that's another first down for the Aggies.
Weidler, the fullback, only a sophomore, but 215 pounds. He's really a fun running back to watch as he's a big guy, but quick enough, and he stays low to the ground and really does a nice job of bouncing off tacklers. And he's played a great game here today as he has well over 100 yards rushing now.
Well, the 215-pound sophomore unofficially has 123 yards on the ground. He's had a fine afternoon. Keller, handoff. Weidler again, breaks free across the left side, out close to the 40, just shy around the 39-yard line. In the backfield for Velva Sawyer that time, Jarvis Gemstrud in for Kittleson, who's on the sideline being tended to by the athletic trainers.
Chris Mickelson and Jeremy Dinius making the stop for Langdon, and the Aggies are just doing pretty much what they want right now and taking time off the clock as we're down to 2:53 here in the third quarter, and they have a 27-6 lead.
And I see Kittleson's on his way back to the locker room, so we'll see what his report is. Keller hands off. Weidler goes to the left side, cuts it back up to the middle, and he gets out close to the 45-yard line. Just shy of a first down for the Aggies with 2.5 minutes to go in quarter number 3.
Looks like we have a timeout on the field.
Langdon takes timeout. 2:29 to go, quarter number 3. The Aggies 27, the Cardinals 6. We'll be back to the Fargo Dome in 60 seconds. Third down and 1 for the Aggies. Ball on the their own 43-yard line. Cody Kittleson out of the football game as he's been taken down to the locker room. We do not have a report on his injury. They hand off to Weidler, and Weidler works his way across the 45 to about the 47, and that's going to be another Velva Sawyer first down.
Tell you what, I think I could be the offensive coordinator right now for the Aggies. I think I just keep giving it to Weidler. He's getting the yards, and there he just needed about a yard to get the first down, and he did. And he's probably, I don't know how many carries he's had in a row here, but they've been going to him a lot here in the third quarter.
You know, that's about the time, though, you start handing to Weidler, and then all of a sudden you throw a little pop pass across the middle for a touchdown. So you never know with this Aggie defense. First down and 10. Ball on the Aggie's own 46-yard line. Keller fakes the handoff. He's going to roll out to the right side. It's a keeper. Shakes and bakes, and he's going to be brought down for possibly a loss by number 18, Mark Woodrow, who came up from his safety spot to make the stop.
Yeah, he did a nice job of containing as they went with a little play fake up the middle, but Woodrow was not fooled, and he made a nice open field tackle. And really a no gain there as it's going to be a second down and 9. He maybe gained about a half a yard there.
Jarvis Gemstrud has been in the ball game for Cody Kittleson, taking his spot. Gemstrud will go to the slot on the left side. Wide to the left side is Carlson. To the right side, that's Chilson. Chilson now goes in motion. They fake the handoff, reverse to Chilson. Chilson's got some room. It's a foot race to get to the outside. But good pursuit that time by Josh Dinius and Jeremy Dinius pursuing on Chilson.
Couple of fast guys there as Chilson thought he had it made to the outside, but the two Dinius boys really got out there and lost of yards on the reverse.
50 seconds to go in quarter number 3. The Aggies have the football, and it's been all ball control for Velva Sawyer. In this third quarter, they lead 27-6 over the Langdon Cardinals. Keller brings him out. Chilson slot to the left side. Carlson wide to the right. Gemstrud slot on the right. Now Chilson goes in motion. They fake the handoff. Rolling out is Keller. He's got a man out there. Ball completed at the 45. And all the way down to the 35-yard line goes the tight end, Seth Gogler. And just as I talked about, Tank, you run the football, and then you throw something underneath.
Yeah, I believe Crum was there on the stop, but whatever they need to get done, they're doing it here today. And that's there is a flag on the field. Oh, this is coming back, and it's going to push them way back. As it's probably a hold. The flag is at the chop block, illegal chop block. Flag happened at the 39-yard line, so they'll go to the point of infraction. That's a 15-yard penalty, and that pushes them back to the 24-yard line.
So a gain of 17 on that pass play, and then we've got the penalty where we knock off 15 yards. So now the ball goes all the way back to the 25-yard line of the Aggies where they have it. Third down and a whole bunch. They got to get all the way to the Langdon Cardinal 43-yard line for a first down. And I'm not sure what. I think Velva Sawyer is just going to let the time wind down. And now they stop it at 5.5. And now they run the clock again. So the time's going to wind down. Let's get in. 3 quarters of play. The Velva Sawyer Aggies 27, the Langdon Cardinals 6. We'll be back to the Forgadome after this 2-minute timeout.
Up in the hair, that's not good.
Twelve minutes to play in this state Class A championship. 11-man football in North Dakota. The Aggies in command as they lead 27-6. They have it third down and 32 on their own 24-yard line. Gemstrud goes in motion out of the backfield. A draw play. That's Keller, 30. And a good open field tackle by Jeremy Didius. Otherwise, Keller would have had a lot of running room.
Yeah, a couple of missed tackles there by the Cardinals. Jeremy Didius, the defensive back, finally coming up and making a stop, but they had a lot of room to go yet as they had 32 yards to pick up.
So the Velva Sawyer Aggies are going to have to do something, Tank, that they haven't done a whole lot this afternoon, is punt the football away. And deep back is number 10, Josh Dinius, along with number 28 of the Cardinals, Jeremy Pritchard. They're standing back around their own 30-yard line. 11:20 to go in the ballgame. Low line drive kick taken by Pritchard. Pritchard's going to go to the far side of the field where he's got the wall set up, cuts it back to the middle, and he's out close to the 45-yard line where the Langdon Cardinals will take over. First down and 10 from their own 44.
Nice tackle there by Jarvis Gemstrud, getting around the ankles. And Cardinals are going to have great field position, though. And they need to get something going on offense. They showed spurts there in the third quarter, but the Aggie defense has played tough all day.
The Cardinals take over, first down and 10, ball on their own 44-yard line. They trail 27-6 with 11:13 to go in quarter number 4. Woodrow split wide to the right side. Now Dick goes in motion out of the backfield. Dinius barks out the signals. Back to pass. Dinius looking downfield. Throws it up. He's got a man out there. Ball incomplete around the 25-yard line, intended for the tight end, number 36, Craig Bittner. And it appeared to me that Bittner just kind of stopped his pattern there, and Dinius had no choice but to throw the football up.
Yeah, and Eric Carlson was in great position for the Aggies on defense, and may have had a shot at picking that one off.
So that'll bring up second down and 10 for Langdon. Ball on their own 44-yard line as they need 3 scores to get back into this one. Woodrow comes wide to the right side. In the slot is Gemstrud. Dinius back to pass. He's looking for Gemstrud, and that ball is going to be overthrown at around the 45-yard line. I mentioned the intended receiver was Rested. I got the wrong team there. So it'll bring up third down and 10 now for the Langdon Cardinals.
Again, the Aggie defense playing tough here in the fourth quarter. Not allowing a whole lot, and I think if you're an Aggie coach, you got to be happy. As you look at the stats, Cardinals with 59 rushing yards and 96 passing yards.
Third down and 10, ball on the Langdon 44-yard line. Dinius, Jeremy under center. He's back to pass. The left-hander looking, rolling out to the left. He's got a man out there. Ball caught midfield. The receiver was Jeff Mosted, and he's going to be short of a first down. And Dinius was hammered as he let that ball go. So the Aggies will take over. Oh, it's going to be fourth down. That was third down, excuse me.
Nick Shatuk making a nice play and not allowing that first down. Notice that an Aggie has come out of the locker room with no shoulder pads on. That's probably Kittleson. He's got a towel over his head, so it's hard to tell who it is, and it almost looks like that left arm is maybe
I would imagine it's probably a shoulder.
Yep.
The way they were working on it. So fourth down and 4, ball at midfield for the Langdon Cardinals. Dinius fumbles the football, picked up by Dick, and Dick is going to be brought down back at the 43-yard line. So the Langdon Cardinals just having all kinds of problem getting something going.
Yeah, and Aggies were there as Seth Gogler, and also I believe it was number 64, that's Casey Kwame. And on the stop for the Aggies, they were all over. And it's a turnover on downs, and they're going to get great field position at the Cardinal 43-yard line.
Got a final score from the state girls tournament right downtown at the Fargo Civic. It was Fargo Shanley over Bismarck Century, 51-43. So the Shanley Deacons will play tomorrow for 5th place. Keller hands off. That's Weidler. Weidler on the carry, and he's going to pick up about 6 on that carry, so to bring up second down and 4.
Boy, he used a stiff arm there and got himself an extra probably 3 or 4 yards. Weidler having a great game and only a sophomore, too. He's just been fantastic today.
And he's got the appropriate name, Wide, because he's a big lad.
139 yards on the day on 16 carries. I think I'd be happy with that.
2nd down and 4, ball on the 37-yard line of the Cardinals. Keller brings him out. He sends Carlson to the left side in the slot, or wide left side, Gemstrud in the slot. They toss it. That's Chilson. Chilson trying to cut up field. He's going to be brought down shy of the 35. We'll call it the 36-yard line, so that'll bring 3rd down and a long 2 yards for the 1st down.
Well, Josh Dinius and Jeremy Dinius getting to the outside to make the stop for the Cardinals as we're coming down to about 9:37, and the Aggies just keeping it on the ground and watching the clock tick off and want to get that state title trophy in their hands.
Well, it's going to be 3rd down and 4, as they say there was no gain on that carry. So Keller sets him down, twin receivers to the right side. Gemstrud goes in motion. He's got a man wide open. That's Carlson. Oh, over his outstretched arms at the 10-yard line, and he was wide open.
He just slipped by the coverage. All the defenders for the Cardinals were going to the far side of the field, and Carlson just slipped through the coverage in the zone defense and was wide open, and ball was just a little overthrown, and he couldn't pull that one in.
And that would have put the nail in the coffin right there. Had he caught that one, that would have made it 33-6, barring the extra point not being good. So with 9:15 to go, the Aggies lead the Cardinals 27-6. 4th down and 4, the Aggies are going to go for it. Keller under center, twin receivers to the left side. Weidler the lone setback. Gemstrud goes in motion out of the slot. Keller back to pass, and he's buried. It was thrown to the offensive lineman, and he can't advance it. So the Cardinals come up big on 4th down, and they'll have it. 1st down and 10, and they trail 27-6.
Yeah, he was drilled hard by Aaron Rested, who came through. He's the linebacker on the blitz. Just put a licking on him. He was bizzled at the 45-yard line.
9:10 to go in the football game. The Velva Sawyer Aggies at this point appear headed to be crowned the state Class A champs in North Dakota. But the Langdon Cardinals have a lot of work ahead of them. Dinius at quarterback, Woodrow wide to the right side. Dick, the lone setback, or the out of the tail. He's got the handoff 45-50, and he's knocked out of bounds in Aggie territory about the 47-yard line. So Jesse Dick getting some action here in this second half as he had a rough first half carrying the football.
Yeah, that was Cullen Keller just putting his shoulder into him and trying to stop him. He brought him down at the 47-yard line.
Rested goes wide to the left side, eye backfield behind Dinius. Mosted the up back. They hand off. Dick. He's going to be buried right at the original line of scrimmage. In on the stop, making the stop that time was Weidler.
Also a Gogler coming over and helping out as well. They kind of double teamed him there and just gave him a good shot.
Luke Rogers in on that stop too. So 3rd down or 2nd down, we'll call it 9 to go for the 1st down. The Cardinals trail 27-6 with 8:15 to go in the ball game. Dinius under center, barks out the signals. Fake the handoff to Dick. He's back to pass. Now they throw underneath the Dick. He threw it behind him. Incomplete.
He had Gogler in his face, and tough to get that ball off as just kind of threw it in desperation there.
So the Langdon Cardinals will have to come up big here on 3rd down and 9 to keep this drive alive. The Rugby Panthers and the Dickinson Trinity Titans to follow this one at about 4:45. Dinius under center, twin receivers to the left side. Dick the eye back. They throw a screen pass. It's caught, completed to number 22, Sean Crum on the reception. And he's going to be brought down shy of the 1st down. They've got to get to across the 37-yard line. They're going to spot it at the 39. and it'll be 4th down, and obviously Langdon's got to go for it.
Yeah, they do. Only 2-yard gain, but 2 yards has been a tough couple of yards to pick up for Langdon in today's game.
Dinius hand off to Dick. He bounces to the outside, trying to get first down yardage. He does. He gets across the 35, ridden out of bounds at the 30-yard line. So the Cardinals pick up a first down.
That was Cullen Keller coming over, and Keller's been busy here on this series as they've been running a lot to that right side. And Keller playing along that left corner spot for the Aggies.
7:20 to go in the football game. The Langdon Cardinals trying to get in the end zone. They haven't seen a lot of that end zone this afternoon. Slot back to the left side. That's Crum. Dinius under center. Back to pass. Looking downfield. He's got a man out there. Throws it just over the outstretched arms. The intended receiver was the tight end, Craig Bittner. Incomplete in the end zone.
Yeah, Bittner not really sure where that ball was as he just had his arms out and his head up waiting for that ball to come down. It came right in front of him. It just overthrown a little bit.
That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Langdon Cardinals on the Aggie 30-yard line. Dinius under center, sends 2 receivers to the left side. Dick dots the I behind Dinius. Dinius back to pass. He's got a man slant pass to Woodrow, but Dinius threw it behind Woodrow, and fortunately for Mr. Dinius, that ball wasn't intercepted.
Yeah, there were 4 guys around there as they just dropped back in a soft zone, and like you said, he was lucky that was not intercepted.
7 minutes to go in the ball game to determine the state Class A champion in North Dakota. Last year, the Stanley Blue Jays were the Class A champion. And it appears right now the Velva Sawyer Aggies are headed that direction. Dinius under center. Back to pass. He's rolling out left. He's got a lot of men in the formation. And pass is incomplete, intended for number 44, Jeff Mosted.
Oh, and Jarvis Gemstrud was right there, and if he would have brought that one in, Gemstrud was just going to level him. So, for his sake, it's probably a good thing he didn't catch that one.
That'll bring up 4th down and 10 for the Langdon Cardinals. Ball on the Aggie 30-yard line. 6:55 to go in the football game. Dinius under center. Woodrow wide to the left side. Dinius back to pass. He's looking downfield. He's going to throw it to Woodrow. Ball's going to be batted away by Carlson, and Carlson just played center field on that one, and he read Dinius's pass all the way.
Yeah, he sat back there and waited the last second to come over and almost had an interception, but I think he just tried to bat it down and make sure that ball didn't get tipped up and caught by Langdon.
The Velva Sawyer Aggies will take over. 1st down and 10, ball on their own 30-yard line. They lead 27-6 with 6:49 to go. We got a timeout on the field. 6:49 to go in the ball game. The Aggies 27, the Cardinals 6. We'll be back to the Fargo Dome in 2 minutes.
Against Velva Sawyer, and be a 5-yard penalty.
Twenty-seven 6 our score here in quarter number 4 with 6:40 to go. On first down, the Aggies had it. They got called for a penalty, so that backed them up 5 yards, and now it was on second down. Weidler was stopped, or on first down, Weidler was stopped, and now that'll bring up second down and about 15 for a first down for the Velva Sawyer Aggies.
I think if you're Velva, you just want to get some yards, keep it on the ground, and pound out the clock right now and get that state title trophy in your hands.
Keller, the quarterback. Weidler behind him. Chilson in motion. They hand off. Jemster, 30, 35, 40. Oh, that was Carlson, excuse me. Eric Carlson on the counter play, and he took it across the 40-yard line to about the 42, and that's going to be a first down for the Velva Sawyer Aggies with 5:58 to go in the football game.
Josh Dinius making the tackle, and I think if you're the Langdon Cardinal coaching staff, you wouldn't be very happy with your team right now, because we've been saying Dinius quite a bit. Jeremy and Josh, the defensive backs, really probably making more tackles than they should be here today.
Wide to the left side for Velva Sawyer comes Jared Slendy. Keller under center. Chilson in motion out of the slot, and handoff goes to Weidler, and Weidler is hammered by number 33 of the Cardinals, Aaron Rested.
Yeah, Rested coming up, filling the hole and making a great stop, and he's really had a big game today. Rested's been all over the field, in on a lot of tackles.
I see the Rugby Panthers have made their way. They're standing around watching the end of this one as they're ready to take the field for the Class AA championship, and they will face the Dickinson Trinity Titans. Second down and 11 for the Aggies. We got flags down, and it appears we're going to have an equipment false start.
Well, the Aggies rushing yards average on the year 227 per game. They're at 280 right now, and they average 66 passing yards per game, and they have 71 passing yards. So their offense has just been on fire today. And looking at the Cardinal offense, they average 311 rushing yards per game and 52 passing yards. They're at 78 rushing and 109 passing yards today.
That's incredible. Second down and 17. Keller under center. Carlson in motion out of the slot. They fake it to him. They hand off to Chilson. And Chilson's going to be stopped for a loss of about one. That's Seth Neiman, the big 285-pound defensive tackle, making the stop. And you got to tell Tank one thing about that young man. He's definitely got to be college material.
Oh, yeah. He's about 6'5" on that defensive line, 285 pounds. Just huge, and he just towers over everyone on that field right now.
4 minutes to go in the ball game. The Aggies have it third down and 17. The ball on their own 34-yard line. Keller under center. Weidler, the lone setback behind him. They toss it to Carlson out of the slot. He's trying to get to the outside, and a great play that time by number 36, Craig Bittner, as he fought off the blocker, and he was able to bring Carlson down for an even bigger loss.
Yeah, playing that left defensive end, he did, like you said, did a nice job fighting off the block, got to the outside and made a big tackle there as it's fourth down and, over 20 right now.
Tank McNamara, Scott Woodmansey with you on K-Fire 550 AM Radio, Bismarck Mandan, KCJB Minot, and KVOX 1280 Sports Radio, The Ticket in Fargo-Moorhead. Punts away by Keller, a high punt, and it's fumbled, and it's picked up by Weidler at the 45, and he returns it to midfield as number 22 for the Langdon Cardinals, Sean Crum, fumbled the football, and the Aggies will take over, and that's just the way things have been going this afternoon, Tank, for the Langdon Cardinals.
Yeah, he should have just gotten out of the way, not even came near the ball because it was such a short punt, and just a nice break for the Aggies where they can try and run down some more clock time.
Wide to the left side comes Slendy. Slot back is Chilson. Weidler, the lone setback. Carlson, the slot on the right side. He now comes in motion. Handoff, Weidler. Weidler fighting his way to get across the 45, and they're going to see he got to the 45. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9 for the Aggies.
Getting off the bottom of the pile, that's Josh Roppel, the defensive end for Langdon. Defensive line for Langdon's been active in a lot of tackles today. They're big guys, but they can get around and really see the ball coming at them good.
2:15 to go in the football game. The Velva Sawyer Aggies in command of this one. They lead 27-6 over the Langdon Cardinals and appeared to be crowned the state Class A champions in North Dakota. Keller under center, fakes a toss to Carlson, hands off to Chilson, and Chilson's going to be stopped for a loss of about 2 yards in that carry, and that'll bring up 3rd down, and we'll call it 11.
Roppel and Mickelson, basically the two guys there for Langdon. Defensive lineman getting involved in that tackle. So now it brings up 3rd down and about 11. Aggies just want to keep the ball in their possession and run the clock out.
And Cody Kittleson has been out a majority of this second half. He's got an injury. He's on the sideline, and it appears that it's a shoulder injury of some kind. They toss it to Carlson. Carlson tried to get upfield, and he's going to be brought down for a gain of 1. So that'll bring up 4th down for the Aggies, and they'll have to put the football away with 1:16 to go in the football game.
That was Seth Neiman and Craig Bintner over there on the stomp, and nice job by Neiman, who we said is around probably 6'5", 285 pounds. Got out there pretty nice.
Keller back in punt formation, high snap. He's got to go up and get it. Now he loses it. Now he gets the punt away. Good job by Keller to get the punt away. The ball rolls around the 30, taken at the 30-yard line by the Langdon Cardinals. That's number 28 of the Cardinals, Jeremy Pritchard. He's brought down there with 49.9 seconds to go. The Velva Sawyer Aggies are the state Class A football champions in North Dakota.
Thought this game would have been a lot closer. They came in, good defense by Langdon, only allowing, or by the Aggies. I mean, they did their job holding Langdon to 6 points, and that's what teams averaged on them all year. But thought with this high, powerful offense by Langdon, they probably would have put more points on the board today.
Dinius back to pass. He's looking downfield. Flushed out of the pocket. Now he's got to run the football. He's got some room. Across the 30, dives forward to the 35-yard line. And we're at 35 seconds to play. It doesn't appear that Langdon's going to take a timeout. They may have the opportunity to get one more play off. And if they do that, after that play, it will be all academic. The Velva Sawyer Aggies, as I mentioned before, will be your state Class A champions in North Dakota. As Coach Sandy gets the bucket of water dumped on him, and the handoff. This is Dick trying to get to the outside 40, 45 midfield, knocked out of bounds at the 50-yard line as he ran right over the bucket of ice that was dumped on Coach Sandy.
It was done about the 45-yard line, and I think that's a shower Coach Sandy does not mind. He'll take that one any day.
4.7 seconds to go in the ball game. The Velva Sawyer Aggies 27, the Langdon Cardinals 6. Here this afternoon at the Fargo Dome. And we've got everybody but Jack Michaels in the formation for the Langdon Cardinals. 4 receivers to the left side. Dennis is going to probably just throw one up. He's got to get the football. He loses it. Rolls out, now he throws incomplete, out of bounds, and time winds down, and that's the ball game. The Velva Sawyer Aggies defeat the Langdon Cardinals 27-6, and they are the state Class A champions in North Dakota. 27-6, the final score. We'll be back to the Fargo Dome for a wrap-up of this one after this 2-minute timeout.
job, Nicholas. That a baby. Hey, shot. Hey, come on, man. Shut up. Great job. Great job. Good job, guys. Line up over there. I'm on that thing too.
Smokes. Did you have fun today? Huh? Yeah. All right. Way to go. Way to go. Is it too hard? All right. You happy? All right. Good job. Excellent. this is awesome. You know, the fellas really came to play again today. It's been a great playoffs for us. We just got better and better each and every week, and that all goes to the credit of the ball players. They were focused all year long, got to the playoffs and turned it up a notch each and every game. We just got better and we stayed healthy, and then they got the job done again today.
What does it say about the personality of your club, the way they played today on the field?
Well, I think that just shows the character. You know, there's peaks and valleys through each and every game, and you got to survive those, and you got to really come together as a team, and that's what we spoke about all year long, was staying together as a team, and that's what this group did, and that's why we're state champs.
What does the state championship mean to this team in this town?
Well, I think it's. Well, hang on a second.
What does it say about this team in this town that you came here for?
Well, I think the program itself, the community is very supportive, and they back us 100% all the time. And these kids, there's a lot of tradition in Velva. This isn't the first championship that they won. They've been here before. They know how to win it, and that was a big key for us today. We knew how to win this thing, and we got the job done. Thank you.